I want to talk about investing versus trading, right? And the reason why I brought this up is because we need to understand the difference between the two when we playing this game, right? So investing, and we broke this down, right? In trading, you're looking for spots. You know, and it's nothing against trading, y'all. I love it. Like, I love it. Whether you're a day trader, whether you're a swing trader, whether you're a scalper, whatever, man, salute. I think everybody has their own way. And I think that is appropriate. I think you get the information and you sculpt it to what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I think there should never be any beef amongst people who trading. I think you should, no matter what you're doing, I think I see that a lot. I see that a lot in the game. I think everyone has a community. And I think instead of what we have to realize as people who are influential is that when you build up a page, when you build up a audience, people are looking at you for guidance. And I think when you spend time focusing on what other people in your same field are doing wrong, you then create a type of animosity amongst communities. And the worst thing that we need is for nothing against nobody else, but two communities of black people that's trying to learn how to play the game to be at odds with one another. We got enough stuff to be at odds with each other about, that we are at odds with each other about. So you'll never hear me talk bad about another trader, or never hear me say nothing bad about another trader or investor, because we come too far for that. This is not rap. This is not comical. This is about a person who has knowledge and information who wants to help people. And I think sometimes, even if you don't agree with a person's way, you shouldn't go out your way to talk to downplay what they're doing, because the one thing I probably know that everybody who in this game has done is you've probably helped somebody make some money. Now, what I will say is, go learn from somebody who is showing you that they're doing the same thing they're telling you. You feel me? I think that's the only thing that I will say. I think the only thing I will say to the people that's learning is, don't learn from somebody who's just teaching you theory. Learn from somebody that's actually in the trenches with you. I think that's the difference. But I think everybody has their way. It could be unorthodox. It can be orthodox. I think everybody, we learn the game. And I don't think we have to learn the game the way that the game has traditionally been taught. I think you take the traditional way and then you extrapolate what you can from it. And then you start to put it into ways that make sense for you. Like, a lot of people judge me because they be like, how can somebody teach you about investing when they use triple beams and scales? And they never realize that, for me, this is representation of where I come from and how I want to turn that to something positive. So the whole word Wallstreet trapper come from. The whole phrase came from that, because I wanted to take trapping. You know, before people started adding trapping on everything, you know, trapping music and, not music, trapping fitness and trapping cooking and trapping. I came up with Wallstreet Trappin before all of that was popular. And it was because I used to be in the streets and I wanted to, this is what got me out of the streets. And because this what got me out of the streets, I knew who my message was first, who I wanted to talk to. And because I wanted to talk to them, I wanted to talk to them in a language in a way that they can represent to, but also I wanted to talk to the everyday person. And I wanted to use the word trapper to comment, do something new. That's why I said we use the baking soda to cook the stocks up. We use the scale to weigh the stocks. You know what I'm saying? I always use the street references, like we got to put the stock on the scale to weigh it up. But a lot of people I've seen a lot of people like, how can you learn financial literacy from somebody who glorified the street? I've never glorified the streets. You can't go to one thing I've ever said where I glorified the streets. I've always said I've come from it. And honestly, if anything, you've always heard me say, if I would have learned this before I was in the streets, I would have never did the streets. It made me say, I understood once I learned this, I understood why they kept us from this and put us in the streets.
What's good, trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Right now, I want to invite you to an amazing experience full of value. That is my community, Trappers Anonymous. It's 100% the greatest fundamental investing community on the market. Listen, your portfolio should be a masterpiece. And the only way we get you there is if we help you to learn how to invest with confidence. Now listen, I get it. Like, you don't know a lot about stocks, or maybe you've heard people say how much money they lost in stocks, but I can guarantee you, one, because they weren't in the community, and two, they lack the information. Our goal in Trappers Anonymous is to help you, really to hold your hand on the journey to becoming a confident investor, learning how to navigate through the different events that the stock market goes through, to take you from panic to encouragement. There's no better time than now. This is an opportunity only for those who are willing to be on the journey. So listen, man, click the link below. Come join me in Trappers Anonymous, man. I will see you in one of our many classes, whether it's Moat Monday, whether it's the 2-hour class we do on Sunday, or whether it's just a book club. Everything is geared toward making you a better investor so you can triple your net worth and turn your last name to an asset. It's your boy, Wall Street Trapper. See you in the trap.
And so for me, that's where the word Wall Street Trapper comes from. That's why I keep that persona with me like that, because it's not saying that I'm glorifying it, but I know where I came from. I ain't ashamed of it. I right my wrongs as best I can. I pray about it. But I use references like the baking soda. I use references like the triple beam. I say stuff like recalibrate the scale. I use those terms and references because I want people who come from that life to be like, yo, dude, talk that talk. I relate to that. I feel that. And then when there's people who don't come from where I come from, that's cool. Like, we for you. I want you to come here too and learn. But I know you may know somebody in the street. You be like, you know what? You need to go listen to your boy right here, because he go over there now. You know what I'm saying? So I think if we spend more time focusing on how can we, Aristotle came to me. Me and him had an idea the other day. He was like, bro, we need to do something together, bro. I was like, you know what, bro, we do. Because I'm in that phase where I just want us to get this game. I'm tired of seeing everybody else winning, we not. You know, I took it on myself to start showing big wins. I didn't do it because I felt like nobody couldn't do it, but I felt like I know that the money that I put in the game, it's not that day traders can't do it, but if day traders put the money that I put in certain trades, it'd be equivalent to them blowing their account up if it go wrong. They can't risk that. It's not because they day trade. Too much can go wrong too fast. Whereas for me, I give myself time. So I was like, you know what? I want people to start seeing it big. I want people to start seeing it big. So I want them to see me get 100, 200% return on $100,000. I want them to see a 200, 400, 600% return on $80,000 out the gate. I wanted people to start seeing big, but I also knew on the other side of that, guess what? If I put $100,000 in something that's down 50%, you just see me lose $50,000. You just see me lose $100,000. So I posted those losses because I wanted people to, I looked at the game and I said, you know what? There's people that's doing stuff. I want people to see big, because if you see big, you can't unsee it. That was my vision for it. We've been rocking like that for 2 years now. And so we went through a little 5-week, up and down phase. It's okay. I've never said I won't lose a trade. I say we will win more than we lose, and I stand on that. But I want you to see what winning big look like so you can aspire to be that. And while you aspire to be that, I want to train you and I want to show you how to scale the big. I won't force you to not take out when you get 5%. I want you to scale from 1 contract to 2 contracts, from 2 contracts to 4 contracts, from 4 contracts to 8 contracts. I want you to see what a $10,000 trade look like. I want you to see what a $20,000 trade look like. I want you to see what it's like to put $10,000 in the trade and get 100% on it, 200% on it, 300% on it. I want you to see that. I want you to see $100,000. I want you to see $1 million because the money you can make in this game is unlimited. And it's not talking nothing about nobody else, but I just say I'm going to start pushing my people to think big. I'm going to start setting big goals. I'm going to start pushing for those big goals. And as I start pushing for them big goals, I want to also show us that, yo, if you want to make $1 million, you got to be willing to lose 100,000. You want to make 100,000, you got to be willing to lose 10,000. You want to make $1 million, you got. I never wanted us to stray away from the losses that are necessary because we can't negotiate the necessary. And so, over the last year and a half, we've seen people make 100,000. We had one person say, bro, I made $1 million. But he started at 300,000. On tour, dude came, he said, Trav, I made $1 million. I finally touched $1 million, bro. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I said, B, get that. We gotta get that. Right, we seen people say, bro, I've turned my retirement. Man, I retired with 300,000. It took me 30 years to make 300,000. And in 6 months, we turned to 300,000 to 800,000. I love that. I love that. It's the power of the game. And here's the one thing I know for sure. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. But once you do it, your life will never be the same. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you do it, your life will never be the same. Because now you've tapped into the potential of something that you knew existed, but you never did it. So let's get into it. 1 year to forever when you trade, when you're investing. When you trade, you 5 minutes to a year. Investing in value, trading is investing in price. Fundamental analysis, technical analysis, most so. Risk management, vitality focus. Favorable tax treatment, higher taxes because you're getting in and out of them. Compound interest and no compounding. But my thing is, it's not that one is better than the other. I think you should have both of them on your thing. I don't think trading is better than investing. I don't think investing is better than trading. I think you should use both of them because they both gonna help you get to the end result faster.